Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to start in a second. I just got to make sure this is working. All right. I think we're good. All right. Audio is working. This is not going to be super long, nor do I care for it to be super long. So if you don't hear it all, then you're just going to have to watch the playback because that's just how it is. Um, it's early. I don't usually do streams this early, but I had time today. So let's do it. First off, happy St. Patty's Day. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. You know the drill. Um, but yeah. So we're going to give an update. I did touch base on this the other day when I did my other stream of what's been going on and all that jazz. I still don't have full on updates, and but there, since I said this the other day, I have to address it now. Um, but let's start. As you all know by now, I've said that my dad has been sick for now going on 3 weeks. Um, we found out earlier in the week that he's a diabetic. He has to wait until tomorrow to finally get started on meds. He has to go to the doctor's office. They want to go over that shit at the doctor's office. So they didn't give him any meds or anything in the meantime. So he's still been feeling like shit. Um, Lightheaded, eyes not focusing. It's not a good time. Okay. And mind you, this has been going on for 3 weeks. Um, he got to run around for his blood work. They didn't do it at the first appointment because their lab was closed. So he had a thing to go to a lab to go get it done. He goes to get it done. They're like, on his paperwork, it said he didn't need a fast. Then it turns out he needed a fast. Then he had to wait a few more days. And as it keeps going, it's just a snowball effect of bad things, in general. So that's been my main point of stress lately. Just trying to keep him stable. Um, Other than that, I've gone over the shit that's going on with my grandmother being on hospice, my brother's situation, and now I have to address my brother because I'm not quite sure on his status at this moment. But I had said a few days ago that my brother, was doing better. He was on seizure medication that seemed to be working for the last few months. Turns out, I found out yesterday that he had another seizure, that he was at the ER. I'm not sure on how he's doing now. I don't know what they're going to do. Like I had mentioned, he has what they believe is a cyst on his brain. They don't want to do anything because obviously any brain surgery is, risky. So they're hoping to control the seizures with medication, and it seemed like it was working for a few months now. Yesterday he had a seizure. I don't know how bad it was. I don't know where it happened at. I don't know who he was with. Mama Bear, my dad happened to call her because he was going to talk to her about, how he's been feeling, and she's supposed to go with him tomorrow for his appointment. And yeah, he found out that she was at the ER with my brother. So I'm supposed to get an update tonight, I think around 7, she said. And then she had her own deal because I guess she was so long at the hospital with my brother that by the time she had to go do what she had to do, which she has to, she's been having problems with her potassium. It's been getting really, really low, very deadly levels. So she has to go to the hospital to get an IV drip to replenish that. So I guess she had to go do that at 9 o'clock last night, 9 to 10 o'clock last night. Didn't get to go home until about almost, I think, 3 in the morning. So that's a whole situation. So everything's just been piling on, if you will. And yeah, it's been stressing me out. It makes me want to hide and kind of be in a shell and be protective of myself and keep myself away from everybody and kind of I don't know, I don't want to say hide my emotions, but deal with my emotions on my own. I think I've, the way I've grown up, I kind of hid a lot of my emotions because that's just what you did when you grew up with you're being raised by men. It's just kind of how it is. So yeah. I've been trying to deal with the stress. The other day was super bad. Um, Yesterday morning, I wasn't sleeping. I tried to sleep, couldn't sleep. If I did get to sleep, I was awake every half an hour. It was not good. So I try to get up, try to be active, do what I had to do for the day, work on stuff, do whatever I had to do. Found out about my brother. My dad's still not feeling great. Mama Bear's doing her thing. It's just one thing after another. And I need it to stop. The universe needs to fuck off, honestly. Um, so the last few days I've been just tired and just kind of keeping to myself in a sense. Like, yeah, I do streams, but like my energy level the last few days hasn't been there. And I know people have noticed. So there's that. Other things I should address while we're here. Um, like I said, I don't plan this being super long either. Apparently, I'm making everybody mad at me, and I don't mean to. I'm not purposely trying to make people mad. Um, it is what it is. First, I'll address one situation, then I'll go into the other. But one situation is a particular person in general. I feel like common sense should be common. And I shouldn't have to explain basic things or promise XYZ every time I speak to this person. Long paragraphs about the same damn fucking thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You're grown. I don't feel like I need to coddle you, and to keep asking me about honesty in a friendship, it drives me fucking bananas after I've like, dude, the fuck. I mean, honestly, it kind of went downhill with the whole. Thank you for the follow. With the whole situation of, and I don't know why Wisebot didn't go away. That's weird. Oh, whatever. It did a weird thing. Never mind. Sorry. Where was I? This particular person it was nonstop, the same fucking thing every fucking day, multiple times a day. And it's like, I can't. And other people whether it's in my Discord or whatever, are getting irritated. And they're like, why is this person acting this way? And I can't say. Obviously, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and it is what it is. But it gets old, and when people, like, I look the way I look and and I'm like friendly to everybody, and I try to be nice to everybody. But when they start, I'm like, here's the thing, I'm good with innuendos and making like those kinds of jokes, and that's fine. But then when you cross the line and make it even more inappropriate, where there was no chemistry whatsoever between us two, it makes it very uncomfortable. And then when it's addressed, and then you keep going and going and going, and then you realize you did something wrong, so then you say sorry, and then I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. And then I kind of distance myself, but then you keep sending me paragraphs about friendship and being honest, and it's very weird to me. And after I've explained over and over that I've been honest about everything, I'm telling you the truth about things, that you need to chill out and not be coddled and use common sense, it just drives me nuts. And when I'm dealing with these high stress situations, I don't need that added bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Another situation, I guess I made somebody mad because I was half asleep and said, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to talk shit because they expect me to talk shit, and that's not what I ever intend to do. But yeah, from what I can tell, they're mad at me. So for that, I'm sorry. Like, the other day, I was not sleeping well. I did doze off for like a little bit, and I saw a message. I responded with a and yeah, apparently that didn't go so well. So yeah, for that, I'm sorry. I think they unfollowed me on most things. I think they unfollowed me on Twitch, which is fine. Unfollowed me on Insta, even though Insta is reading both ways. I don't know. Twitter, which they might have never followed me back from the first time they got mad at me. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm sorry. I don't know. I guess I'm not allowed to say yeah. I don't know. I'm just pissing people off. And yeah, this is not the month to fuck with me at all. Like, at all. I don't know if I've said this in the past, but March is not a good month for me. And I don't want to cry because I'm going to, and I don't want to. So let me shut off my camera really quick just so I can get a tissue just in case. Okay. Got a little napkin. Okay. Okay, we're back. Sorry. Because I can feel myself getting emotional as I speak about it. So, I don't know if I've ever said before, but March is a difficult month for me, especially towards the end of it. And I can already feel the tears. I don't want to cry. But, yeah, I'm already in a fragile state. I don't deal with things very well, and now that I'm all stressed out from these other family emergencies that are going on that I have to be concerned about, it's not a good time. But yeah, to state what goes on in March every year, I deal with a death anniversary. It's such a tacky term, but I do. It's my grandfather's death anniversary. It's, even though it's been so long, it still kills me inside. And yeah, I've never been the same. So there's that. I'm more emotional than I've ever been since his death. Even though it's been all these years, it's still a fresh wound, and I just don't deal with it well. But yeah, I'm not gonna ugly cry. I don't want to ugly cry, but and I'm gonna like remove all the little bit of makeup that I put on, but that's all right. Yeah, I don't deal with it well. I get pretty emotional. I reserve. I kind of hide away and deal with my emotions on my own. And I don't want to be around people. I don't interact with people, I guess, well. And that's my own problem. And most people be like, oh, you should get over it. Well, it's not that easy. Because when you've spent every waking moment with that person, caring for that person, and they raise you and love you unconditionally, and okay, hold on, I gotta get it together. He was the one person I could always count on, and the one person that 100%, no matter what, always loved me. Even though, like, in your teenage years, you say fucked up shit because the hormones and you're upset or whatever. Even though I never really said anything fucked up to him. But no matter what, he always had my back. He always loved me unconditionally. And he was the one man in my life that I could always depend on. He was going to be always there to protect me and fight for me and just show he cared and loved me and all that. So, yeah, his death anniversary comes at the end of the month, and so March is never a good month for me, and March is never a time to work my nerves or get me upset because I don't handle it well. I don't. And ever since his death, I've been way, way, way more emotional than I ever used to be. Like, I swear back in the day, I was like, I don't know, I was like a tomboy, I guess. I could be a girly girl, but like, you know, you're raised by men, you don't, for the most part, you don't really show emotion, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So, and it's just like the circumstances around his death and everything else, it just, every year, it hurts. It hurts, is what it is. Okay. I'm not going to ugly cry. I don't want to ugly cry because I've done that before on here. So yeah, maybe that's part of my problem of like interacting with people. I don't know. I'm debating on whether going on a hiatus from social media for a few days and just kind of pull myself together. Maybe I need a good cry. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But all I can say is from the bottom of my heart, from anybody that I've interacted with or whatever. If I've upset somebody somehow without realizing it, I'm sorry. I truly, deeply am sorry. I'm sorry if my voice is cracking. I hate when I get like this. But yeah, I'm sorry. That's all I can say is I am truly, deeply sorry if I've upset anybody anyway. I don't mean to. I don't realize that I'm doing it, I guess. But yeah. But I'm not going to trash talk anybody or anything like that. I just don't have the energy to chase after people every 2 seconds and, or babysit anybody, or I just don't have the energy to fight. If that, if you understand, like, I don't have the energy to fight. Most of you all know that I deal with anxiety. I deal with depression. My depression has tapered off quite a bit. But when it comes around these times of year and like when I'm dealing with high stress, I'm just a mess. So everything's just amplified. And then being a woman on top of it, our hormones are not, just not the greatest, let's be honest. So you just become an emotional monster. And a lot of my way of dealing with the stress, the anxiety, the emotionalness is kind of pulling back, if that makes sense. I just pull away. And I think that's what I might have to do, is just pull away for a bit. I don't know if it'll be tonight. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be next week. But I'm starting to think maybe in the next few days, maybe I'll take the weekend off and just kind of not stream and kind of be more to myself. Maybe I just need a good cry. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I need to pop on The Notebook or The Longest Ride or Walk to Remember and just cry it out and let it all out. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I just keep making people mad, and I don't know. They don't want to talk to me about it. It is what it is. But I just don't have the energy to fight. I don't. And I just can't. I can't babysit. I can't. So whether it's going on my Discord or not, or whether, whatever it is, I'm not dealing with it. This month is not the month to fuck with me at all. To start shit, to mess with my emotions, to pick a fight. It's just not there, And I'm deeply and I'm truly sorry to anybody that I might upset. I might not realize I'm upsetting you. I might say something out of a playful way and you might take it wrong, and that's probably what happened when I said what I said to the one person that's now, I'm assuming, mad at me. A lot of what I say in like joking manners, and I don't mean to upset anybody, but I don't know. Some other people take things that I say the wrong way, and that's fine. But yeah, so dealing with that. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go on a hiatus. I might take a few days off. I might take a night off and just kind of from social media. I don't know. I haven't been fucking with social media that much lately. So there's that. But yeah, I'm not dealing with the bullshit in the Discord with the one particular person that needs to be coddled or needs me to explain common sense. I'm not doing it. You were inappropriate. I explained you were inappropriate. I accepted your apology. I dealt with it. We move on. I don't need to have a message after message about honesty and this and that and fuck that bullshit, okay? I've heard it a million times. I said yes to multiple times of, I'm being honest with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. This is not the month to fuck with me. It is not the month to start shit with me. No. I'm an emotional fucking person. I'm done. I'm done with that. Anybody else that I've upset via Insta message or whatever bullshit, not meaning to, I'll say it again. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what else I can do other than say that. Try me next month. Maybe next month will be better. I don't know. But next month, I deal with another death anniversary of, somebody that was like a stepdad. Gone too soon. More fucking bullshit of doctors fucking up and misdiagnosing and, offing somebody way before their time. I'm not going to deal with people's bullshit. And particularly this month, when it's my grandfather's death anniversary, I'm not dealing with the bullshit. It's simple as that. And if you missed any of this, you can watch it on the playback because I said what I had to say. I gave a bit of an update. I'm going to know more about my brother probably tonight. And I'm more concerned about him than anything. I'm trying not to cry. I don't want to cry. But my brother is my world. He's my ride or die. He's not like anybody else. And for people that don't know, he has a blood condition. He's special needs. And the stuff going on with him having seizures, I worry. Because the thought of losing my brother, I just can't. I can't. And I don't want to think about it. So yeah, maybe this month is not the month to start with me. With my family being sick, all these family emergencies popping up, I'm done. I can't deal with the coddling. I can't explain common sense. I can't keep apologizing. I can't chase everybody down right now. I can't. So, all I can say is I'm sorry for anybody who misunderstood anything I've said or took anything I said in a joking way wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not going to ugly cry. I don't want to ugly cry. Even though I'm probably going to find a still that's going to be like an ugly cry, but I'm trying not to like have my mascara drip down my face. But yeah, thanks, OG. I mean, family is the only thing you have, really, honestly. That's the one thing that you truly have. So, like, this month has just been trying with my dad's whole medical situation with well, now that we know it's diabetes, I don't know if there's anything else coupled with it, like an infection. It's been a lot. Couple that with my brother having that's the worst part is I just gave an update a few days ago about my brother, about him doing so much better, and then he hasn't had a seizure, and then he goes and has a seizure yesterday and was in the ER. I don't know an update on the situation. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to continue with the medication and see if the medication works, or if they're going to go in for the brain surgery and try to remove the cyst, which that would be a scary situation, giving that with any brain surgery, it's super risky. He could die. He could go into a vegetative state. You don't know. You don't know. And couple that with his blood condition. I've stated this before. I forget what it's called. It's something like crazy long. We found out about this like way back. I think it was back when I was in like middle or high school. And he's not a hemophiliac. It's something else. But yeah. So it just sucks that I just gave that update and he had a seizure the other day. Mama Bear dealing with her potassium, which that could be deadly. She had to go get a bag late last night. And by a bag, I mean IV bag. So she had to go to the hospital for that. That took forever. And, yeah, dealing with death anniversaries. I'm just an emotional potato, and I can't deal. So, couple that with the things going on in the Discord, whether it's a private Discord, it's enough. Yeah, stress keeps piling on. Yeah. It's one thing after another. So at least tomorrow my dad has his appointment with his doctor's office. So Hopefully he'll get put on his diabetes medication. I wish they would have just given it to him sooner. Um, I'm hoping they put him on an antibiotic. That's what he needs to be on as well. And hopefully there's nothing else that pops up that we need to worry about regarding his health. Because I will say, like, last week, I was worried I was going to have to take him to the ER. Like, it was bad. Like, he was getting ready for work. Um, he deals with anxiety. I blame my mother for that. That's a whole story. Maybe one day we'll unpack that whole situation. That's a lot of trauma. But she caused him to have really bad anxiety, which has never been treated. No doctor felt the need to treat it. So he tends to get sick when he gets stressed out. And he did this whole dry heaving thing the one morning. And around the time he did that, he got like chest pain from it. But the chest pain did go away. So that's good. So I was thinking he was having a heart attack. I thought he was going to have to go to the hospital. He didn't want to go to the hospital. He wanted to wait to see what the doctor said. Whatever. It was like a week or two ago. I don't even remember. But it's one thing after another, honestly. And to couple that with like people that I'm friends with online and them getting mad at me, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. And yeah, maybe I'm part of the problem. Maybe I don't realize that maybe somebody will take something the wrong way and that's on me. But yeah. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Honestly. Um like I said, I don't know if I'm going to go on a hiatus from things. I might take a day or two off over the weekend or just away from most of my social media and just kind of decompress. Maybe after this I need to go cry, you know? Yeah, you need to find a way to lower all the stress. Exactly. Um mainly because I deal with anxiety. I'm not medicated or anything for it. I deal with occasional depression. Like it's not as bad as it used to be. So, there's that. Um Gaming and streaming has kind of helped with that where I'm not in my head all the time. But then there's still after the stream, late at night before I go to bed, I deal with insomnia. I don't sleep well a good portion of the time. And then I sometimes have vivid dreams of people that have passed that are sending messages. So it's like a whole weird situation. Um, but yeah, it's a lot. And then couple that with other people, it's added stress. You have insomnia too? Yeah. I've had insomnia for probably ever since my grandfather. When my grandfather went in the hospital before he died, and then what they did to him, it was more so what they did to him that led to his demise. Um, I developed really bad insomnia. I'll touch base on this because like it's crazy. I developed really bad insomnia, and I'll explain more. My anxiety went through the roof. Now, before this whole situation, you deal with little bits of anxiety. So, like, when I was in school, you'd start a new year or you'd start at a new school, and like you get a little anxious. Like, you know what I mean? It's that nervousness, right? Meeting new people, being around new people, learning how to talk to these people, blah blah blah. Um, that was normal, right? But then when all the stuff happened with my grandfather, it got amplified. I'll explain this. Like, that's when my depression really started. Never been medicated for it. So there's that. I dealt with it on my own. I don't recommend. I don't even recommend dealing with anxiety on your own. If you have the means to see a professional, and get the help you need. When my grandfather died, I wasn't sleeping at all. Like, I wasn't sleeping well. I would stay up a good portion of the night into the early hours of the morning. If I did fall asleep, it would be for a few hours and then I'd be up. So I would sleep for maybe 2 hours, 2-3 hours at max, get up and then do what I had to do. I didn't like being around people. I didn't like talking to people. I waited until late at night when everybody was asleep to cry, to deal with my emotions. During the day, I put on a happy face and went about my day. Um, I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to deal with anything. I was over it. I was over life. And it was just bad. It was bad. And during those few months, I didn't return home. I didn't return to the home that I shared with my grandfather. So I didn't return home to that house until his birthday, the week of his birthday in August. I returned home and it fucked me up. It fucked me up real bad. Because from my room, I could see where his bed was. And prior to me returning home, I believe they took down his medical bed. And weird shit happened. I will say that. Weird fucking shit happened. I didn't sleep for about a week. And you can say that's impossible. No, I did not sleep for a week. I could not sleep. I was wired. I could not sleep. I didn't want to close my eyes. I didn't want to deal with anything. I, for the most part, was in the house by myself. Because the hours my dad was working, he was working like those early night hours. So I wouldn't see him until like sometime the next day. That is bad for you. Yeah. So I didn't sleep for a week. Okay. This is going to go longer than I expected, but I didn't sleep for a week. Yeah, about a week. I contemplated a lot of things during those late hours when I first returned to my home. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to say the word. I managed to talk myself out of it on multiple occasions. I don't recommend. I recommend if you're having those kinds of thoughts, you need to seek professional help. Immediately tell somebody. But I dealt with it. I've had that happen to me before too. Yeah. Now I sound all nasally. I'm sorry. That's what I get. What happens when I get emotional. Now I'm all gooky and gross. I'm sorry. So that happens. And I'm sorry if I'm saying or anything like that too often. It is what it is. Weird shit happened during that week. And your makeup is still good at least. Yeah, thank you. I mean, at least I did my best not to like wipe, and at least I don't think I have enough mascara on for it to run. So that's good. But I've been like dabbing and trying to like not have an ugly cry. Because it could get ugly. I've had past dreams where it got ugly. But yeah, the weird shit that happened during that week, I would hear certain things. I would hear as if somebody was in my house. I would smell things. One thing specifically that happens still. I will smell the cologne Brut. That Brut smell, I will smell. And that just tells me someone's visiting me. I would smell that smell, and I don't know, I guess it gives a bit of comfort. One particular weird one. Okay. So imagine this. Now, I still have this bed and everything. It's in my spare room. Okay. The way my bed sat, it sat up against a wall. Okay. So the one side was against the wall. The foot of the bed faced where my door was. And from my bed, if I was sitting in my bed, I could see out the door. And from my door, I could see into the living room where my grandfather's bed used to be. Okay. Now, right beside the door, like behind my door, was my little coffee table with my TV on it. And because I couldn't sleep, I would like watch old TV shows. So, early hours of the morning was like Mr. Ed. What else? There was Green Acres, which I loved Green Acres. Shows like that, like things in black and white, or just getting into like the Technicolor phase. And so I would sit there on my bed, crisscross applesauce, trying to will myself to sleep. And I just wasn't tired. I could not go to sleep. And I would sit there And I noticed something, and I guess I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and then I looked over towards the doorway. And when I did, and this is why I believe in like the afterlife, I believe in ghosts, I believe in all that kind of stuff. I looked at that doorway and I saw, I swear to God, okay, hand to Bible, all that. I swear to God, I saw a figure. And this figure was the right height, right body shape, and everything of my grandfather. And I can't remember. I think like his head was like slumped over a little bit as he was walking. Because you know, with the older people, sometimes they kind of get that little slump to them. He had a little bit of slump to him, and he just walked past my room. Like just walked past the doorway and walked towards where the bathroom was. And there was like a back door, and then you would hit the bathroom. And I was like, wait, what? I got up from my bed. I cautiously walked. I turned on the light, and I looked, well, my bedroom light. I looked out my door, and I legit turned my head, looked towards the bathroom. No one was there. I scanned the living room. No one's there. I'm home alone. My dad is at work at this time. My grandmother obviously has passed away at this point. He's been gone for months at that point. And I'm like, oh my God. Of course, you do the natural thing where you look around the house, make sure the doors were locked. Like, there was no sound of footsteps, nothing of that nature. So I knew no one was in the house. And where this figure had crossed, this ghost had crossed, there was stuff in the way. So where they came from, there was a shelf on the other side of my door that had like, I don't even remember what it had on there, probably pots and pans, I don't even remember. And on the other side was this desk. It was my grandfather's old desk that we were in the process of fixing prior to him passing. And it just sat up against the wall. So there was no way anyone could have like walked as closely as they did to my doorway as this figure did. So I got up, I investigated. No one's in the house. There's no strange noises. I didn't see another figure ever after that. Now, since, I will say this, I've dealt with some interesting things. When we moved to out of that place to this other apartment, this apartment was a converted house. It was a fucking house that was converted into 2 apartments, an upstairs and a downstairs. Worst place to ever live, which I've gone over before. I was sitting there downstairs, well, in our living room. I was the only one in the house. My bedroom door was open, and we lived up on the 2nd floor. My bedroom was the attic, which was finished. And I had the bedroom door open because no one was home. And I was sitting there, and for whatever reason, our TV was on the floor. I don't know why my dad put it on the floor, but I think he was moving something around. I don't even remember. And I was sitting there, and I was watching this Frank Sinatra documentary. And then, out of nowhere, I heard this voice, and it sounded like it was coming from my stairs. Like, as if somebody was at that doorway at the bottom of the stairs. And it was said, "Hey, how are you doing?" or something like that. And I'm like, "Hi, I'm okay. How are you?" No one was home, okay? No joke. I do get, like I brought up the smell thing. Occasionally, I will smell brute. And that just tells me it's most likely my grandfather, because that's the scent that he always wore, okay? So there's that. Weird shit. Lately, I've brought this up on stream a few times, where I've said I've smelled things, and then it dissipates. It just goes away. There's no source. It shows up and it goes away. Lately, I think I said it on stream about a week or so ago, or the last few weeks, that I've been hearing certain things. I've heard things where it sounds like somebody was in the house when nobody else was here. I've heard things as if, like I've heard certain noises. I can't even recall right at the moment. I heard someone like say hi to me or something. Okay, here's the one that was weird. This was one of the first times here, and I've never heard anything here before, and I've lived here for about 5 years. I heard something So I walked out towards the living room, and my room's out back here, so I'm towards the backyard. So I walked towards the living room. It's one straight hallway to the kitchen living room region. And when I got to where there's the doorways to the living room and there's the entrance to the kitchen, I heard this sigh, like a man's sigh. And it was like the weirdest fucking thing ever because I've never heard anything in this house before. So obviously I've got some guardian angel shit or some ghosts that are following me. Like, I've dealt with ghost shit before. I've brought up stuff before about my mom. I never met her. She's my grandfather's wife, the one I've been talking about, my dad's mom. I never got to meet her, but she sure as hell haunted my grandfather's house. I had weird instances as a kid. You know, occasionally a light would flicker kind of situation, and then never would happen again, or not for the longest time. So it wasn't like an electrical issue. It was like she wanted to fuck with you, flick the light, and be gone. One specific incident I remember, and it's clear as fucking day, and somebody's gonna probably call bullshit, and they're gonna say it's bullshit, but I swear to God it happened, and I would not lie about this stuff. I was in my grandfather's kitchen, and he has this table, this wooden table, and I still have that table. That table's out there with the dining room chairs and everything. There was a plastic like lid, like a Tupperware lid, sitting on the table, like way on the table, like the middle. I swear to God it was. And it just fell off. Like, the lid came off the table, and I don't know how it happened. So that's like one of the weird incidences. I've had weird incidences at my friend's grandparents' place, old ass house, spooky vibes. The basement in general was kind of spooky. But we used to hang out down there, and weird shit. Yeah, ghost be ghosting, yeah. We almost killed each other a couple times trying to get away. I probably said this. At least this is taking a turn. I don't want to cry this entire, stream. Like I said, I didn't want this to be long, but now it's turning into a long one. I'll probably tell these stories and then I'll dip and go do something happy or go have my cry fest for a bit. But, yeah. One of the incidences was we were down in the basement, and the way their basement was set up, you come down the stairs, there would be their washing machine and all that. There's a half bath down there, which I never really went into, but it was there. You'd go around, and then there was like a door to go outside. And then if you just kept going along the normal path, there was like the main room, I guess, like where you'd hang out. They had like their old ass like radio, whatever the fuck it was. It was like a stereo type thing. It was like a piece of furniture almost. I don't know what it was called, but made of wood. It was gorgeous. They had like old ass workout equipment down there, like a fucking old ass treadmill looking thing. I don't even know. There wasn't really much down there for us to do, but we used to go hang out down there sometimes. It was kind of spooky. There wasn't great lighting either. But there was like this door. And you could see through this door. There was like a glass pane in it. And the door was always closed. We never went in there. Well, the door would be a little bit stuck. My friend, who I'm not really friends with anymore because that's another story. That was crazy situation where she believed she was a witch. That was the whole thing. But she's for whatever reason, you want to go in this door. And it was like one of these storage room kind of areas, like one of these cellar storage. Maybe they, I don't know, put jams and shit. I don't know. They put their canning shit. I don't know what the fuck they put in there. But they never really used it. So she gets through that door. And then there's another door to another room that would be, I guess, under the living room. Or probably the living room to the porch. I'm assuming it was the living room. She takes her happy little ass in there. I was like, nope. I've seen this kind of movie. I am not going in there. Nope. So I kept my distance. Okay, I was not stupid. If something was going down, I was getting the fuck out of there. She goes and tries to push on this door, right? The door is stuck. Now she swears she saw something. She saw something pop up in that glass and she got freaked the fuck out. So that was a ghost encounter of whatever kind. So we both fucking are trampling each other to get up the fucking cellar doors, and we're like pushing on the door, fucking running up. We're like, nope, not going back down there. Nope, 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 nope. Not happening. We ran our asses upstairs where it was daylight. No, sir. We were not playing with that. Another incident in that same house. There was an incident with the lights. Like, there was a bathroom in the upstairs, and we were like playing around in the bathtub. Like, we decided one night when I was sleeping over, oh, let's put on our bathing suits and just, like, I don't know, fill up the bathtub. I don't know. It was something stupid. I don't even know what the fuck we were doing. And there was a light switch out in the hallway for that bathroom, which was weird. But it was an old ass house, so I don't know. Yeah, that light went off. And no one was around. So could it be that her sister was fucking with us? Sure. But I don't know. Another instance. Same house. Her room was the attic. Okay? And I just like how this attic was done. It was beautiful. Okay? Wood stairs. You go up. There was like this small wood hallway. And the one side, I guess would be like near the stair side, was like cabinets and cupboards and stuff like that. So somebody could have stayed up there. That might have been a room, a bedroom at the time. So you could have put your clothes and everything up there. There was 2 entrances to the room because it was connected. It was never tapered off or like partitioned off. We were going through the first door. We were going to go through the first door. And we got up to the top of the stairs. We were about to go to the door and we heard something. We heard something like bang in there. And we knew the cats weren't up in there. At least to our knowledge, there was no cats. And she never said after I had left there was cats in there. Something banged. When we went to go open the door, something banged up in there. And we got spooked. Like, we were fucking weirded out. We trampled each other getting down the stairs. We were fighting who would go down the stairs first because I was not dying. That ghost was not getting me. So, that was another incident. Just weird shit. Just weird shit. Like, I have no problem with ghosts. I know people who have other ghost stories, and they're quite crazy. But I believe in that shit. I believe in there's an afterlife. I believe there's a heaven and hell. I believe that there's a higher power. I believe there's a limbo. I believe ghosts can roam. I believe in the good. I believe in the bad. I believe in, possibility of demons. Did you almost fall down the steps? We were trampling each other. This stairway was not like that big. We were pushing at each other to get down the stairs faster. So yeah, we could have died. And we'd be joining that ghost. That'd have been fun. I think the rumor was that there was like some Civil War activity around that grounds. I don't know. Apparently, allegedly, I never saw it, so I can't confirm. But they said that they found like a cannonball or something, like a small one, like buried in their yard at some point. So I don't know. At the time, they were living there to help take care of her grandfather. He was dealing with dementia. He was super skinny. It was after her grandmother had died. Her aunt, I think, was in and out of a mental hospital and everything like that, dealing with her stuff. You had a ghost at your old house, yeah. There's good ghosts and there's bad ghosts, and it's a matter of setting boundaries with said ghost. There was a ghost at the one house. And if Kay was here, she can confirm, because we've talked about this before while I was streaming. It messed with our washing machine all the time, yeah. They like to mess with power, because that's how they draw energy. They draw energy from all those kinds of things, electrical things. They can feed off your emotions. It depends how they take their energy. Yeah, if Kay was here, we've both lived in the same house before. So she knows exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about this house. This house was over 100 years old. And I stayed there for quite a few months because Mama Bear had lived there, and I was staying with her for a bit after my grandfather had his first stroke, which took his leg, and then we had to move out of his place, and it was a whole thing before we found another. And This house was fucking freaky. Don't mind the whole little creaks and da 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 da. But in the middle of the night, if you got up, you would occasionally would see a figure at the end of the hall towards the bathroom, or you'd hear a cat, or you would hear footsteps or stuff like that. Now, I didn't always hear footsteps. I would probably see like a figure, or I'd think I saw something, but nothing really messed with me. Apparently, an old woman had died there. Um, she had cats, if I remember correctly. If you had cats living there, which Kay did, those cats would go towards the basement. I don't know if the old woman kind of stayed in the basement or what her deal was, but maybe she, at this point in the afterlife, I'm assuming, the ghost knew its boundaries, right? And she never fucked with me. She never did anything to me, but people were spooked by her. But we always set boundaries with her. Like, I know I've had conversation with ghosts, and it sounds always fucking weird and just strange in general. So you basically just say, hey, you can stay here. You don't have to go, but don't hurt me. Don't hurt my family. Stay in your lane kind of situation. And for the most part, most ghosts, if they want to be cool and they want to stay in that area, they will chill. They won't bother you. They might let you know that they're there, but they're not going to try to spook you. They're not going to try to scare you. Now, they might mess with some people because maybe they get a bad vibe from that person. And she did fuck with people. Mama Bear has a story about in that same area, but not that same house. She lived in a house where a little old woman used to live. She used to give out cookies and little treats to the neighborhood kids. Loved animals, loved kids, loved everything about them. And she had died. And apparently, every time somebody new had moved in, they didn't stay long. And my grandmama, the one that's on hospice, she's a badass bitch. I will say that. She's always been a badass bitch. And she knew something was going on in that house. Now, at the time, she had, I guess, 4 kids living, 4 or 5 kids probably living on her premises, right? And, this ghost would do some weird shit. And if she was upset about something you were doing, like, a lot of people wanted to remodel this house. But what my grandmama did, because once she realized there was something there, she said, I'm not going to do anything. Just don't harm my kids. Don't harm me. And we're good. You can stay here. That's fine. I don't want no problems with you, ghost. Okay? Now, when that ghost caught wind that they were moving out, she was not happy. Apparently, now if I can get the story retold to me, I will retell it and do my best to tell you. But apparently, they were moving out. They were in the process. They weren't fully gone. I think Mama Bear's brother was still staying there. Apparently, there was a commotion from upstairs, I guess, from Mama Bear's old room. And whatever was left in there. I think it was her room or it was the attic. I don't remember. Apparently, she flipped furniture. This ghost was pissed. She flipped furniture. She was upset that they left because she was really fond of them. Apparently. I don't care if anybody calls bullshit on this. I really don't give a fuck because I believe in this shit. But yeah. And then ever since then, people have tried to remodel that house. They don't stay long. They leave. Da-da-da-da-da. Now, there was a fire at that house, and that was the only thing that my grandmama would actually fix. I think that's the only thing she had to do. She had to fix that, and I think the ghost was happy with that. But everybody since then has just remodeled and destroyed the way the house used to be, and the ghost is not happy. So these people do not stay long. They get pushed out pretty quick. Okay? But yeah. I digress. I'm glad I'm not crying, but I still sound gooky as gross, but yeah. But yeah, that's my ghost stories. To recap, before I end this, my apologies to anybody. My apologies to anybody who I've might have upset this past week. Yeah, today is, well, this week has not been a good week. These last few weeks have not been a good week. These last few days have been stressful. I haven't been sleeping. It's just, ugh, it's bad. It's bad. So I'm sorry for anybody who misinterpreted anything I said. If I've joked and or said something that I guess was taken the wrong way, I don't mean for it to be taken the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I don't want to start crying again because then I'm going to get all puffy and it's going to be gross. And y'all don't need to see me like that again. Like you've seen me do ugly cry before. I don't need to do ugly cry again. I'm debating on going on a bit of a social media hiatus. I don't want to go on a stream hiatus, but I might. Who knows? It might be towards more the weekend. Maybe I'll take a day off or something. I don't know. I need to decompress and let out some emotion or something. My messages will still be open and all that. I'm doing my best not to upset anybody, and I don't know. I didn't realize I was going to upset anybody to make anybody unfollow me or whatever. It is what it is. I don't know. Apparently I'm a fuck up, and that's everyone's supposed to be mad at me, I guess. I accept it. It's just I don't have the energy to fight this week. I don't. I'm just fighting to basically stay alive. You know, at this point, I'm just trying to fight to get through the struggle. I'm just trying to fight to just for everything to balance out, you know? I'm going to be okay. I hope I'm going to be okay. The stress has been a lot. I've been getting headaches, occasional little pings in the chest or the arm. But I'm all right. I'll be fine. I'm a fighter. I've always been a fighter. And I'll always be a fighter until the day I die. So, 'tis what it is. If you want to reach out to me, you can. If you want to play something, I'll see what I can do. But I'm still debating on going on hiatus. We'll see. Maybe my feelings will change later on. I think I need a good cry. That's what I fucking need. Honestly. Other than that, on Discord, I'm not going to coddle anybody. I'm not going to fucking explain common sense to you. If anybody wants to know what the fuck I'm talking about from Discord, go ahead and message me because it is a whole thing. Other than that, it's St. Patty's Day. Stay safe, please. Don't drink and drive. I know it's a Thursday, but some people might have taken off on a Friday just to go drinking. Please, 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 please don't drink and drive. Please don't do it. Don't. Stay home, drink. Just don't. Get an Uber, get a Lyft. I don't fucking care. Call a cab, call a friend. Don't get in a vehicle with somebody who's been drinking and driving. No, don't do it. Just don't. That just causes more pain, more ache. I'm going to sit here, probably have a shot of whiskey or something. I'm not going to overdo it tonight. I'm not usually a big drinker anyways. I haven't really drank crazy like for a couple years now. Ever since, well, I'll say his name, Roger. I haven't really drank since Roger. He's my drinking buddy. Next week is his death, or not next week. Next month is his death anniversary. And I touched base on that earlier when I was crying, so there's that. So I'll probably do a shot or two tonight. One for him and one for the holiday or something. I don't know. But yeah, just guys, stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't even think about doing it. If you don't have a ride, stay the fuck home and drink. If you don't have the money to get a ride with somebody, stay the fuck home and drink. But yeah, just don't do it. You're going to cause a lot of pain for everybody. And if something were to go wrong, God forbid, that pain would be unbearable to deal with. I can't imagine. So yeah, I'm going to let it go here. For anybody who wants to watch this, watch it. I've cried, so that was great. I've bared my emotions. I've explained what's going on. I might stream later once I know what's going on with my brother, once I get an update. I pray to God he's okay. I pray to God that they get the medication to work for him so he doesn't have to undergo a brain surgery. I don't even want to think about that. And I'm going to make myself cry again. Because, no. I can't. I can't. I can't. So, I'm going to go before I start crying again. But it's been fun. It's been real. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Wear a mask. Social distance. Get the vaccine you can. Be kind of other. Don't be assholes. I love you all. And I'll see you guys next time.